Hi there, guys. I hope you all are fine. Our today's video is about sheep. Part 1. Introduction to sheep. Introduction to sheep. Sheep are one of the most common and important animals in the world. They have been with humans for thousands of years. People keep sheep for many reasons. Some people raise sheep for their wool, which is used to make clothes. Others keep sheep for their meat, called lamb or mutton. Some people even drink sheep's milk or use it to make cheese. Sheep are gentle animals and are often found on farms. Appearance of sheep. Sheep are medium-sized animals with thick, fluffy coats. Their wool is usually white, but some sheep have black, brown, or gray wool. A sheep's wool is very soft and keeps them warm, especially in the winter. Sheep have long, curved tails, but these are often cut short on farms for cleanliness. Their faces can be different shapes, with some having long faces and others shorter ones. Sheep also have 2 ears that stick out from the sides of their heads, and they have strong legs that help them walk on hills and rough ground. The nature of sheep. Sheep are known for being calm and quiet animals. They like to stay in groups called flocks. Staying together in a flock helps sheep feel safe from predators like wolves or wild dogs. Sheep are prey animals, which means they are often hunted by other animals. Because of this, they are always aware of their surroundings. If one sheep senses danger, it will make a noise, and the whole flock will move together to escape. Sheep are not aggressive and rarely fight, even with each other. Instead, they use their large numbers and close bonds to protect themselves. The intelligence of sheep. Some people think sheep are not very smart, but this is not true. Sheep are actually intelligent in their own way. They can remember other sheep and even human faces for years. They know how to find food and water, and they remember safe places where they can rest. Sheep also learn from each other. If one sheep finds a good place to eat, the rest of the flock will follow. Sheep can also feel emotions like happiness, sadness, and fear. They get to know the other sheep in their flock and often form close friendships. How sheep communicate. Sheep communicate with each other using sounds and body language. The most common sound a sheep makes is called a bleat. A bleat is like a high-pitched bass sound. Sheep use this sound to call out to each other, especially when they are separated from the flock. A mother sheep, called a ewe, will bleat to find her lamb, and the lamb will bleat back. Sheep also use their bodies to show how they feel. For example, when a sheep is scared, it will hold its head low and its tail will drop. If a sheep feels happy or curious, it will raise its head and perk up its ears. Sheep and humans. Sheep have been important to humans for thousands of years. The relationship between sheep and humans is very old. In the past, people used to hunt wild sheep for food and clothing. Over time, they learned to keep and care for sheep instead of hunting them. This is called domestication. Today, people all over the world raise sheep on farms. These farms can be small, with just a few sheep, or large, with hundreds or even thousands of sheep. Farmers take care of their sheep by giving them food, water, and shelter. In return, the sheep provide wool, meat, and milk. This is the first part of a 3-part series on sheep. In the next parts, we will talk more about the life of a sheep on a farm, the different breeds of sheep, and how sheep are important to our world. Stay tuned. Part 2, Life of a Sheep on a Farm. Life on a farm. Sheep live on farms, and these farms can be very different depending on where they are. Some farms are small with only a few sheep, while others are very big with hundreds or even thousands of sheep. No matter the size of the farm, the farmer takes care of the sheep every day. The farmer gives the sheep food, water, and makes sure they are healthy. The farmer also protects the sheep from bad weather and dangerous animals. Daily routine of a sheep. A sheep's day on the farm is usually calm and follows a simple routine. In the morning, the sheep wake up and begin to graze. Grazing means eating grass, which is the main food for sheep. They spend most of the day eating, resting, and walking around the farm. Sheep are ruminants, which means they have a special stomach that helps them digest grass. After eating, sheep often rest and chew their cud. Chewing cud is when a sheep brings up food from its stomach and chews it again to help with digestion. In the evening, the sheep often return to a shelter or barn where they can sleep safely. The farmer might count the sheep to make sure they are all there and check to see if any sheep are sick or need help. If the weather is bad, the sheep might spend more time in the barn to stay warm and dry. Lambing season. One of the most important times on a sheep farm is lambing season. Lambing season is when the ewes, or mother sheep, give birth to baby sheep called lambs. Lambing season usually happens in the spring when the weather is warmer, and there is plenty of fresh grass for the ewes to eat. Aiwe will find a quiet, safe place on the farm to give birth. Most ewes give birth to 1 or 2 lambs at a time, but sometimes they can have 3 or more. After the lambs are born, they are very weak and need their mother's care. The Aiwe licks her lambs to clean them and helps them stand up for the first time. The lambs will start drinking their mother's milk, which gives them the nutrients they need to grow strong. Farmers watch the ewes closely during lambing season to help if there are any problems. Shearing sheep. Another important part of life on a sheep farm is shearing. Shearing is when the farmer cuts off the sheep's wool. This usually happens once a year, often in the spring or early summer, before the weather gets too hot. Shearing does not hurt the sheep. In fact, it is important for their health because if the wool gets too long, it can become heavy and dirty. Dirty wool can attract insects and cause skin problems for the sheep. The wool is carefully removed in one piece, starting from the sheep's back and working down to the legs. A skilled shearer can remove the wool quickly and gently. After shearing, the sheep feel much cooler and more comfortable. The wool that is taken off is cleaned and processed to be made into clothing, blankets, and other products. Feeding and watering sheep. Sheep eat mostly grass, but they also need other nutrients to stay healthy. Farmers sometimes give their sheep extra food, like hay, grains, or special pellets. This is especially important in the winter when there is less fresh grass to eat. Farmers also make sure that the sheep always have clean water to drink. Without enough water, sheep can become very sick. In addition to food and water, farmers sometimes give sheep salt or mineral blocks. These blocks are placed in the field, and the sheep can lick them whenever they need extra minerals, like salt or calcium. These minerals help keep the sheep's bones strong and their bodies healthy. Taking care of sheep's health. Farmers take great care to keep their sheep healthy. They regularly check the sheep for signs of illness or injury. Common problems that sheep can have include foot problems, parasites, and infections. If a sheep is sick or hurt, the farmer will treat it with medicine or call a veterinarian for help. Foot care is very important for sheep because they walk a lot and need strong, healthy feet. Farmers often trim the sheep's hooves to keep them from growing too long. Long hooves can make it hard for sheep to walk and can cause pain. Sheep can also get parasites, which are tiny creatures like worms or insects that live on or inside their bodies. Farmers give sheep medicine to protect them from parasites and keep them healthy. Sheep and seasons. Sheep's lives change with the seasons. In the spring, there is plenty of fresh grass and lambs are born. In the summer, the sheep enjoy warm weather and continue to graze. Shearing usually happens at the start of summer to keep the sheep cool. In the fall, the weather starts to get cooler and the grass begins to die down. Farmers might give the sheep extra food to make sure they get enough to eat. In the winter, sheep spend more time in the barn to stay warm. The farmer makes sure they have plenty of hay to eat and water to drink. This is the second part of our series on sheep. In the final part, we will explore the different breeds of sheep, how they are used around the world, and their importance in human history and culture. Stay tuned! Part 3. Different breeds of sheep and their importance. Variety of sheep breeds. There are more than 1,000 different breeds of sheep in the world. A breed is a group of sheep that share certain characteristics, like the color of their wool, the shape of their bodies, or their size. Some breeds of sheep are very common, while others are rare. Each breed is unique and has been developed over many years to do specific jobs, like producing the best wool, meat, or milk. Wool breeds. Some sheep are known for their wool, which is used to make clothing, blankets, and other products. One of the most famous wool breeds is the Merino sheep. Merino sheep are originally from Spain, but they are now found all over the world. They produce very fine, soft wool that is highly valued for making high-quality clothing. Another well-known wool breed is the Suffolk sheep. Suffolk sheep have black faces and legs with white wool. They are strong and hardy, making them a popular choice for farmers in many different climates. Meat breeds. Some breeds of sheep are raised primarily for their meat. These sheep are usually larger and grow quickly. The meat from sheep is called lamb when it comes from younger animals and mutton when it comes from older sheep. Dorper sheep, for example, are a popular meat breed. They are known for their ability to thrive in hot, dry climates, and they produce high-quality meat with a mild flavor. Texel sheep are another meat breed that is known for producing lean, tender meat. These sheep come from the Netherlands and are now found on farms worldwide. Milk breeds. While cows are more commonly associated with milk, some sheep breeds are also raised for their milk. Sheep's milk is richer and has more nutrients than cow's milk. It is often used to make cheese, yogurt, and other dairy products. The East Frisian sheep is one of the most famous milk breeds. These sheep come from Germany and are known for producing large amounts of milk. Another important milk breed is the Lacan sheep from France. Lacan sheep's milk is used to make Roquefort cheese, a famous blue cheese. Dual-purpose breeds. Some sheep breeds are considered dual-purpose, meaning they are good for both wool and meat. The Dorset sheep is one such breed. Dorset sheep are known for their ability to breed out of season, which means farmers can have lambs year-round. They produce a good amount of wool and have tasty meat. Another dual-purpose breed is the Border Leicester sheep. These sheep have long, curly wool and are also known for their large size and good meat quality. Sheep around the world. Sheep are found all over the world, from the coldest climates to the hottest deserts. Each region has developed its own special breeds that are well suited to the local environment. For example, in the Scottish Highlands, there is a breed called the Scottish Blackface. These sheep are tough and can survive in the harsh, cold weather of the mountains. In Africa, there are breeds like the fat-tailed sheep, which store fat in their tails to help them survive in dry, desert-like conditions. Cultural importance of sheep. Sheep have been important to human culture for thousands of years. In many ancient civilizations, sheep were a symbol of wealth and prosperity. People who had a lot of sheep were considered rich. Sheep were also used in religious ceremonies and were often sacrificed to the gods. For example, in ancient Egypt, sheep were seen as sacred animals, and the god Khnum was often depicted with the head of a ram, a male sheep. In many cultures, sheep have become symbols of peace and innocence. The image of a shepherd caring for his flock is a common theme in religious and cultural stories. Shepherds are often seen as protectors and leaders, guiding their sheep through difficult times. Sheep in modern times. Today, sheep continue to be an important part of agriculture and industry. The wool industry provides jobs for millions of people around the world, from farmers to textile workers. Sheep meat is a staple food in many countries, and sheep's milk is used to make a variety of delicious dairy products. Sheep are also used in other ways. For example, some sheep are trained as therapy animals. They visit hospitals, nursing homes, and schools to bring comfort and joy to people. Sheep dogs, which are specially trained dogs, are used to help farmers manage their flocks. These dogs are incredibly skilled at guiding and controlling sheep, making the farmer's job much easier. The future of sheep. As the world changes, so does the way we raise and use sheep. Farmers are finding new ways to care for their flocks, using technology to monitor the health and well-being of their sheep. Scientists are studying sheep to learn more about their genetics and how to breed sheep that are healthier and more productive. There is also a growing interest in organic and sustainable farming practices, which focus on raising sheep in a way that is good for the environment. Sheep have been with humans for thousands of years, and they will likely continue to be an important part of our lives for many years to come. Whether for wool, meat, milk, or companionship, sheep play a vital role in the world. This concludes our three-part series on sheep. We hope you have learned a lot about these amazing animals and their importance to humans. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more education.